Okay, so this one is a plain geometry question. It's quite a simple question. Okay, it's not very difficult if you watch out for the information given to you. And the method I'm using again is the algebra method. Okay, so the first thing that comes to, so when the first time where you read the question, you read the information. So where you see the diameter part, you should have realized that there is a 90 degree. Okay, so that's the first thing. Another thing will be the question tells you that there is a isosceles triangle. So there is an isosceles triangle. So the isosceles triangle will lead you to deduce that these two angles are the same. Okay, so that is the first thing when you read the information first. Later on, then you can decide whether you want to assign algebra to these two angles or not. So which I did. So I assigned the algebra for these two angles. Okay. Then after that, there is a tangent. So if there is a tangent, then be mindful that they can be a tangent chord. So anytime tangent happen, they may be a tangent chord or tangent perpendicular to radius. But in this question, we don't see radius. But we do see tangent. So that is the three things that you should have taken note. You should have taken note of the 90 degree because of the diameter. You should have taken note of the two base angle because there's an isosceles triangle. And you should have taken note that there's a tangent, and a tangent might lead you to tangent chord theorem. Okay, so this is what, and my objective in this question right now is to prove that TSR, which is this angle, will be a 90 degree. So at the moment, if you wouldn't know what to do with it, so first of all, you can assign whatever you have. So that's what I did. I assigned the base angle as x because of the isosceles triangle. And then I also deduce a tangent chord. So this is the chord. So this is the chord. So opposite the chord. So these two angle will be the tangent chord. So that's why I gotten this part as x as well. So this is the tangent chord that I gotten. Okay, then after that, you did need to explain. You do need to explain that this is angle in a semicircle. And explain that if you do it on an angle on a straight line, the whole thing will be a 90 degree. You need to explain that 290 because the 90 comes from different reasons. The first 90 come from angle in a semicircle. The other 90 come from angle on a straight line. So because of the 90, then you can get it on this part that this will have been a 90 minus x. So you need to explain where your 90 come from. Then you can do the 90 minus x. Then very easily, you narrow down to this triangle. You narrow down to this triangle, you realize that you already gotten two algebra for the angle. One is 90 minus x, one is a x. So if you just apply your angle sum of triangle, so that's what I did. I apply my angle sum of triangle, I get TSR to be a 90 degree. You plan out first, then you can be writing it. Then the second part is actually related to the first part. So the first part, I already gotten a TSR equal to 90. That means, right, so I changed so at the end of the first part, you will have gotten TSR equal to a 90 degree. Yep. So the question is asking you why there will be a circle passes through SRT and the center is the midpoint of TR. So where is the circle that they are trying to describe? the circle passes through TSR. So it is quite an ugly circle. It doesn't even look like a circle. But because there's a 90-degree here, we can deduce that this is the diameter. So you do need to explain that due to this 90-degree, and by using the property of angle in a semicircle, TR is the diameter. And that's why we got a circle passing through, and the center is actually the midpoint of TR. So the critical thing that for you to get the 2 mark will be the property of semicircle, property of angle in semicircle. So you got to mention that, and you got to mention where is the diameter so that you can mention that the center is actually the midpoint of TR. So this tangent, this plane geometry is quite easy if you use the algebra approach. It's quite clean as well. They don't give you a lot of information. So based on the few information they give you, you set up the algebra and you are able to prove the angle.